Hello, 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 guys. Welcome, everyone. How are you guys today?
Hello, teacher.
Hello,
Hi,
my
teacher.
dear.
Fine. What
Hello.
about you?
I'm good. I'm very happy today.
Tell us.
Because it's the end of the month.
Okay. But
Because it's
tomorrow.
almost Friday.
Okay, but tomorrow is Thursday.
What? Sorry?
But today is Thursday, not?
I know. It's Thursday, but it's the end of the month. It's almost the
Okay.
end of the week. It's almost the end of the week. And it's almost Holy Week.
Yay.
So I am going to
And the
have
pavement.
exactly. Freddy got it. Freddy got it.
It is.
No, but for real, it's a good day today. It's a good day because I'm especially because I'm going to rest for a week, which I'm very excited for. And that it's like a mix of good things. That's why I'm very happy today. What about you guys? Are you as happy as I am or not as happy as I am? Yes,
Kind of, but yes.
kind of, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good, guys. Well, welcome, my dear. Today, what is going on with this group? You guys are always so punctual. Oh, more people are joining, and they're only 11 in the session, which is weird, but it's okay. They're joining. Okay, my people. So today is Thursday, March the 30th, and today we're having our fifth class, the fifth class of the cycle. So today we are going to be working on reported speech. We're going to talk about reported speech again. This is a topic that we studied in B1, in the B1 level. I don't remember exactly in which of the B1 level it was, but today we're going to talk about reported speech again because it's part of the topics in our book. So hold on. There you are. So we're going to begin with a warming up activity about reported speech. Then we're going to start unit 10 today. We're going to take a look at the vocabulary about media, facts, and figures. Then we're going to do one activity in groups about this vocabulary. We're going to have our break from 7:30 to 7:40. And then when we come back, we're going to do some practice about reported speech. We are going to do individual and group practice on this topic. Okay, so today we're going to be working a lot so that after the Holy Week we have covered almost the whole unit. I mean, today and tomorrow we're going to be working a lot on unit 10. We will come back after the Holy Week and we're going to have one more session on unit 3, and then we will start units 11 and then finally unit 12. So guys, let's start. I am going to send you one link that is going to let you to one game, sorry, about reported speech. So you are going to click on start and a series of multiple choice questions are going to appear. You're going to tap the correct answer to move on or to proceed. So for example, the first one, it says, I often have a burger, said Lele. And then Lele said that she often had a big burger. B, Lele said that she often had a big burger. Or C, Lele said that she often has a big burger. So we are going to transform those sentences to reported speech. So we are going to report what those people say. Take into account the idea of this activity is to review a little bit our previous knowledge about reported speech. We are going to see that in some sentences, it's not always said or told, but there are also other verbs, okay? for example, asked here or noted. So we're going to identify a different verbs to report what people say. For example, in this one, the teacher noted. It's not usually the one that we use or the ones that we use that is the teacher said or the teacher told us. So different verbs like noted. Here we have a pointed out, but we are going to review also different verbs to report what other people say. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of minutes for you to start with the activity, to review this topic, and then this is going to be our topic for today. So if you have questions, if you have doubts, we're going to clarify all of your doubts in the class. Okay, is the activity clear, guys?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
Yes, teacher.
awesome, very good. So I already sent you the link on the chat, so please start and let me know when you finish. Okay, let me know when you finish. Thank you. Finished, guys?
No yet, teacher.
Not yet? Okay.
Finish, teacher.
Okay, guys. Freddy finished. Harold, Angelica. Okay. In the meantime, I am going to call the attendance to see who's here and to see who's missing, okay? While the rest of you finish the activity. Okay, John, you already finished. Awesome. So let me call the attendance, guys. Let me. So today is the 30th. Okay. Acevedo Cuevas Saray.
Present, teacher.
Very good. Albarracín Caballero Cristian.
Here, teacher.
Awesome. Ayala Viloria Joeli.
Here, teacher.
Good. Vaca Yain Andrea.
Present, teacher.
Great. Carrera Bonilla John Hammer.
Present, teacher.
Very good. Cordero Castellanos Brian.
Present, teacher.
Awesome. Córdoba Miranda Stephanie. Stephanie Córdoba Miranda. Good. Durán Ardila Silvia.
Present, teacher.
Great. Fonseca García Freddy.
I am here.
Great. Liscano Ariza Judy Lisette. Judy, is Judy here? Judy, not yet. Okay. Lozada Díaz Diana Lisette.
Present, teacher.
Great. Lozada Uribe Daniela.
Present, teacher.
Awesome. Muñoz Salazar Andrea Juliana.
I'm here, teacher.
Awesome. Pérez Ardila Natalie. Pérez Ardila Natalie, are you here? Natalie. Nope. Pinzón Linares Mayra Juliet. Mayra Pinzón. She was here. Oh, she's here. Yes. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Yes. Yes. Good. Plata Vargas Mayra.
Hi, teacher, here.
Okay, great. Rodríguez Llorente Harold David.
Hi, teacher.
Great. Sandoval Miranda Angélica Stephanie.
Hi, teacher.
Great. Sierra Jaimes Daniela Fernanda.
Hi, teacher, I'm here.
Awesome. Velasco Uribe Ana María.
Hi, teacher. I'm here.
Great. Vera Peña Jennifer. Jennifer. It's not here. Okay. Very good, guys. Very good. So we are going to continue. We're going to continue with our activities. We are going to open the book and let's go to unit 10, sorry. I am going to tell you right now the page. Let me just open my book here. Okay, page 90, 96 and 97, please. Okay. So in these units, guys, we are going to review reporting speech, that is reporting people's exact words or reported speech, and verbs that summarize what people say. The vocabulary is the media, speak and talk, and the task is summarize an article and lead discussion. Okay, so we're going to read, we are going to start, and we are going to work together. So we're going to scan the media infographic and we're going to answer the questions below. So the first question is, what kind of people read the most popular magazine in the United States? How much time do teenagers spend in front of a screen? How much time of our online time is spent in social media? What has happened? What has happened to entertainment news in newspaper? Who is most likely to watch a horror film? How much video is uploaded or downloaded every minute? Be careful with this. What kind of newspaper is most popular in the UK? And what sort of programs are probably the most popular in India? What sort of website is Twitter? So it's like, what kind of website is Twitter? Okay, so what sort of it? So my people, you are going to scan. What is a scan? Scan is read rapidly. That is like escanear. It's literally scan. So you are going to do it and we're going to answer the questions that I just read. Okay, clear, guys? Clear to read this information and the activities?
No, teacher, please. Okay.
Do you need me to repeat the explanation?
Please, teacher, yes.
Okay, of course, no problem. You are going to read this information here about media, facts, and figures. So all of this information that is here, all of this, about online, online TV and film, newspapers and magazines. So you're going to read all the information that is here. You're going to scan. Scan means read rapidly. Rápidamente escaneando, like reading rapidly. And then we're going to answer these questions here together, okay? But first, you need to read this. Clear now? Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay, awesome, very good. Please start. Guys, here there is something that is in the UK and the USA, tabloids have a higher circulation than broadsheets. The difference between these two terms, between tabloids and broadsheet,
Is
is
the size?
yes, is the size. Very good. So tabloids, this one, tabloids are smaller and easier to read. And then broadsheets, this one, they have, or the content is more serious and it's longer. Okay, that is the difference between tabloids and broadsheets. In case you guys were wondering, in case you guys didn't know the difference between one and the other. Okay, okay, so please continue reading. And then do we have Vera Peña Jennifer Jimena? You arrived, right? You're here? Jennifer.
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
Okay, very good. Because I already called the attendance, but I see that you are here. And the same for Julie.
Me, teacher. Sorry.
Yes, very good. Do we have Natalie Perez in the session? Natalie, are you here with us? Natalie Perez, yes, you're here. Can you hear me, Natalie? Well, I see that you're here. Okay. Please continue reading, guys, please.
Teacher, sorry, I'm here. Did you hear me?
Who are you?
Natalie.
Natalie, yes.
Natalie.
No, it's okay.
Sorry, teacher.
I know that you're here. Okay, no worries.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Ready, guys? Yes, no?
No yet, teacher.
Not yet? Okay. Okay, guys, let's start. The first one, what kind of people read the most popular magazine in the United States? What would you answer based on this information?
Over
People
Over 50.
over 50.
Okay, very good. Excellent. People who are over 50 years old. Let me just write the answers here so that you can see them. People over 50. Okay, people over 50. Very good. What about number 2? How much time do teenagers spend in front of a screen?
At least
4 hours.
Okay.
I think that number has increased. I don't think this is like a recent answer, but okay. I think they spend more time. Hold on, let me. Okay. Up to 4 hours a day. Okay. Up to 4 hours a day. What about number 3, guys? Number three. How much of our online time is spent on social media?
25%.
line time.
Okay, 25%. 25% of our life. Do you think that's true, or do you think it's less or more than that?
I think that maybe could be changed with the countries.
Mhm.
The percent can be changed a little, but maybe it's a summarize of the whole work.
Okay, that's an average around the world. Okay, got it. What has happened to entertainment news in newspapers? What do you think, guys? What has happened? No?
They are more common now.
Okay, yes. So they are more common now, or we could say that it has increased, right?
Yeah, like foreign news is not common.
Yeah.
Entertainment has
Yeah,
increased.
it has increased for sure. Let me see. Why is this the first words that I wrote? They are so well written, and the size of the letter was awesome. but these ones are huge and I don't know how to control that. That's weird. Oh, guys, I wanted to ask you if you have these, I don't know if you can see, I don't know what this is, honestly, that is here on the bottom and this side. Can you see this?
Yes, teacher.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have access to this on your books, because you have told me that you can't write on your books, or that is hard.
Yes, teacher. We have access.
You have access to that, but I think that's new, because that toolkit is new. I didn't have that before, which is, I mean, I realized about this today. I don't know if it's just like new for everyone, or if these already existed and I just realized about it.
Yes, teacher. It already exists.
That's new. I have
That's
it
new.
too.
Yeah.
That's new. I didn't see that before.
Yeah, right. I was
It's like
like,
a pen, a small pen.
yeah.
And I-
And then
In my case, I use it every day.
oh, really? So it's
Yes.
not new. So
Mhm.
apparently this is not new, and we just realized about, well, not
Well,
some
for
of
me,
us.
it is.
Well, for me it's new. Like I hadn't seen that before, which is like interesting.
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah, it was different. And then whenever I wanted to write on the book, I had to use one of the Zoom tools. But then whenever I had to scroll up and down, it would move like crazily all around the screen, and I didn't like that. But now with this, I can just write, and then you can see I am moving my script up and down, and then it's there, like it's stuck in there. So that's good. I mean, that's good. But I don't know how, or I don't know why the first the first words that I wrote here, people over 50, the size of the letter is different. I don't know what I
You
did.
can adjust.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Guys, as I told you, this is new for me.
The only thing is that I think that we can save the.
Oh, we can't. Oh, so okay, it's good, but not that good. I mean, it still needs it needs more like, or it needs changes or improvements. But okay, it is what it is, guys. Okay, let's continue. Who is most likely to watch a horror movie, a horror film? Who is most likely?
Males.
Uh-huh. Males
Yeah,
that are aged 25 to 24, right? Male aged 25, it's 15 to 24, right?
Yes.
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 Very good. Okay, very good. Males aged 25 to 24. How much video is uploaded or downloaded every minute?
1 million minutes.
1 million minutes.
1 million. Guys, can you imagine that? Like 60, no? Is not 60? Or how much video is uploaded or downloaded every minute? What was your answer again?
1 million.
1 million minutes.
1 million minutes. Yes. Yes. 1 million minutes. Yeah, that's crazy. 1 million minutes. Yes. Okay. Let me move this here. The next one, guys. Next one. Oh. What kind of newspaper is most popular in the UK?
Tabloids.
Tabloids? Yes, very good. Tabloids. Okay. Tabloids. Very good. And next one, what sort of programs are probably the most popular in India?
Sport programs.
Sports. Yeah, coverage of a sports event. What about here in Colombia? What do you think?
Soap operas.
Soap operas.
Soap operas.
Yeah. Yeah. But I also feel that sports says sports, they also have they're also very popular. For example, when the national Colombian team plays, it's crazy, especially if it is an important match, like the whole country stops. Well, I don't want to say the whole country. I don't want to say that it's something like general, but I think this is something that is big here in our country. But soap operas for sure. And what sort of website is Twitter?
It's a social media.
Okay, yeah, it's social media, but
Microblogging.
microblogging, yes.
Teacher, and here we saw a lot of programs like Desafío, but I don't know how can, what is the
Okay.
name of that?
Okay, those are like Survivor TV shows, things like
Realities.
that. Reality shows, yes.
More like realities, I think.
Yeah, those are reality. Yeah. Those are reality shows. Daniela, you're raising your hand.
Teacher, I have a question.
Mhm.
What is the difference between what kind, what type, and what sort?
What sort of, I mean, it's basically the same. What sort of website, what kind of website is Twitter? There is no difference. I mean, it's basically you're asking the same thing. Okay, so you could say, what kind of website is Twitter? What sort of website is Twitter? Okay. Okay. Brian, you have your mic on.
Teacher.
Teacher.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Go.
Teacher, and it's the same with type, right?
What type?
Of programs?
What type of programs? Yes. What type of
Like
programs do you like to watch? What kind of programs do you like to watch? Yep. Yeah. Okay, people.
Teacher, sorry.
Yes,
Can you remind me what is the meaning of tabloids?
Oh, yes, this one's tabloids and broadsheet. We were talking, or we said, or we explained that it's the difference is the size. The difference between them is the size. For example, tabloids in newspapers are smaller and are easier to read, and they contain information that is more like not that serious information. For example, the content is about celebrities or sports or crime stories. But then we have in broadsheets is the opposite. So they are a standard or full-sized newspaper, and that it takes a serious look at major news stories. Okay, so that is the difference between tabloids and broadsheets.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, of course, you're very welcome. Okay, guys, we are going to do one activity, one vocabulary activity in groups that is here on my English lab, okay? So let me open my screen here. Good. It's this one. So you all guys have access to my English lab, and we have used this part of the book a couple of times ago, or a couple of before. Sorry, a couple of times before. So you know how to access my English lab. Here in Unit 10, there is one activity, one task that is vocabulary, okay, about the media. So we are going to enter, or we're going to access this activity. I'm going to send you to the groups, to the breakout rooms, and I'm going to give you like 10, maximum 15 minutes to complete or to finish this activity. It's vocabulary, okay? So you are going to complete the grid using the definitions below. So here you have a placement. This is a type of advertising where a company arranges for its product to be placed on TV. If you guys remember on the reading, hold on, there is, or you can find this vocabulary on the reading. So here, for example, this one, that is product placement. So we found sort of or information about this. What is the meaning of product placement, guys? Product placement. What do you think? Look, for a car in a James Bond film is reported to cost $15
Like
million.
subasta?
No, placement product, no. What do you think? Look at the
Like the
sentence.
marketplace, teacher.
It's market, it's kind of like it's advertisement. Okay.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you have ever seen movies in which they, for example, they are in a restaurant and then they you can see a brand like a restaurant or a drink. It's not for free. So if you see those brands on a film, this is not for free. So usually those companies pay a lot of money to movies in order for them to, you know, use them in their movies. So here it says product placement for a car in a James Bond film is reported to cost 50 million. Yes, kind of.
Maybe
So-
the brand to the cars make a marketing.
Exactly. Have you ever watched, I forgot the name of this movie, but it's the guy that was lost. He had a plane accident, a plane crash, and then he was on an island by himself, and then he
With Tom
had a
The
friend.
balloons?
Yes,
Wilson?
with
Yeah.
Wilson, yeah. So do you remember that that FedEx is
Yeah.
that company? It's part of the movie. So imagine how much money FedEx had to pay to appear in that movie. That is product placement. So everyone can recognize FedEx because of that movie. So basically that is product placement. So here on this exercise here, it says blank placement, a type of advertising where a company arranges for its product to be placed in a TV program or film. So you're going to find here number one, and you're going to complete, for example, this is product placement. Okay, so that is what I want you to do in groups. Oh, that's the name of the movie, Castaway. Okay, I had no idea. I don't remember. I mean, maybe I knew, but I just couldn't remember right now. Thank
I
you
only
for-
remember Wilson.
Wilson, right? The movie from Wilson. Yeah, that movie. It's such a good movie. It's such a great movie. In Spanish, yes, that is the name in Spanish. Okay, guys, so I'm going to send you to the breakout rooms. And in the breakout rooms, one person is going to share a screen. And then what I want you to do is to review vocabulary. I'm going to give you 10 to 12 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes maximum, okay, to complete the activity. And then we're coming back and I'm going to be visiting the groups in case you guys need assistance or help with something. So I'm going to send you to the breakout rooms. Is anybody connected twice? I'm going to create only 4 rooms so that groups are not that small. So probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people per room. And then one group of 5. No, one group of 6, and then the rest of the groups are going to be 5 people per room. Okay, so you have access to the screen. You have access to share screen, sorry. And then guys, do you know how to access my English lab? Don't you?
Yes, teacher.
Very good.
Yes.
Awesome. very
Yes, we have.
Okay, awesome. Remember that the activity is activity 1, the media vocabulary, okay? So please join the groups. Hello, Angelica.
Hello, teacher. I
So,
don't know why the reason always have problem to connect the small groups.
that's weird. So I am going to send you to group number 2, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Of course, no problem.
Bueno, pero escribir.
Oh, you guys finished.
It
Wow.
was difficult to type there,
It was difficult to what?
to type the word,
Oh,
the
really?
letters. Yeah, I don't know why. If you were typing fast, it didn't like fill in the squares.
Oh, that's weird, but okay,
Yeah.
but you could finish. That's a good thing.
Yes, we did.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, guys. So probably you guys are so fast. Oh my goodness. Oh my
Yes, teacher.
goodness. You guys
But
are,
it was like you said, like I was reading the, how do you say, info that.
the information on unit 10,
Uh-huh.
the
Yes.
infographics. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I scanned information and it was pretty fast.
Yeah, it was easy. Okay. Guys, so probably in like 2 minutes, I'm going to send you back to the main sessions, okay? I am
Okay,
visiting
teacher.
other groups
Okay,
and I
thank
think
you.
you are the only ones that have already finished. So, but I'll visit other groups. Okay, so please wait. Thank you.
Bye, teacher.
Hello,
pena,
guys.
Se me ha caído el internet.
Hello. Did you finish?
No, teacher. Just
No, teacher.
You haven't finished? Okay.
no.
So let me do something. I am going to, is anybody sharing screen? Oh,
Me, teacher.
okay. Oh, you're about to finish. Okay, you're about to finish.
Yes.
Awesome.
No, just
It's
I-
mass media.
Oh, okay. Very good. Excellent. Okay, guys. How are you doing here? Are you about to finish?
yes, almost.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're only missing one. Oh, that's easy. That one is easy. But I can't give you the answer because you need to find it out. And but it's super easy. Like it's very, very, very easy.
Okay.
Uh,
We
okay.
have
Sorry.
thinking.
Oh, you guys are thinking, okay, I'll visit the last group and then probably in like 2 minutes, we're going back to the main session. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Drama series.
Hello, guys. How are you
Sí.
doing here? Oh, you're about to
Fine.
finish. Okay, very good.
Yes,
Oh, you already
teacher.
finished. Okay. Okay. Okay, you can click on submit and it will tell you, it will give you the answers. Okay, only one. Uh-huh. Okay.
What is the meaning? 7. A newspaper writing. ¿Será que lo escribimos?
That was
Creo que
broadsheets. Broadsheets.
era chips. Yo escribí chips. Ay, no.
Porque el de arriba lo habíamos escrito.
Con chip. El de
Oh,
reader
with
chip.
chips.
Nos confundimos. Yes.
Yes, teacher.
It's
My
okay.
Okay,
mistake.
teacher.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry, guys. Okay, so you
Okay.
finished. We're going back to the main session.
Okay,
Good.
teacher, thanks.
Thanks,
Okay.
teacher. Bye.
Bye.
Ay, no nos dimos cuenta, qué pena.
Okay, so we are all here. We're all back. How was the activity? Easy, right?
Yes,
Yes, teacher.
easy.
Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very good, guys. So this topic is very interesting. It's very, very, very interesting. All this think about the medium, mass media, and so on, and social media and so on. So we are going to take a look at this part, okay? So let's think of examples of the following the following events or the following information about Colombia. Okay, we're going to answer about Colombia. What is a sports event that has received a lot of coverage recently? What would you say, or what would you answer?
I have no idea.
No idea. A sports event that has received a lot of coverage recently. I think the most recent one. Which one? Sorry.
World Cup.
The World Cup. Yes, exactly. I was going to say that. I think the most recent sport event that has received a lot of attention and coverage was the World Cup, that it was in November and December, I think. November and December.
In Dubai.
Or the last cycling race here in
Oh
Bucaramanga.
yes, also that one.
Yeah.
The competition, and then
A tour, but a name I don't
yeah,
remember the name.
the tour, I don't remember the name either. That they came here to Bucaramanga, and it was this major event in the country, and then I think that was a sport event that has received a lot of coverage recently, as well as the World Cup last year. So this is a major event that has somehow paralyzed the country and has received a lot of attention. Very good. What about a talent show? Do we have a talent show, or have we had a talent show here in Colombia?
La Voz.
Yes, we
Okay.
have.
Yes,
Factor
La
The
X.
boys, yeah.
The Voice, yes, La Voz.
Factor X.
The X Factor, yes, the X Factor.
Survivor.
X Factor.
Survivor, yes. There was one that I don't remember the name. There is a show similar in the United States. I mean, of course, our version is not the original. It's a copy of the American version or British version. I'm not sure that the origin country. And then there are like 3 or 4 judges with an X, and then whenever they wanted people to stop whatever they were doing, they will cross the X.
American Got Talent?
I mean, yes, but there was a Colombian version.
Yeah, Colombia
There was
Talent.
one.
Yeah, but I don't
Colombia
remember the name. Colombia
Colombia
tiene
tiene
talento.
talento, ¿no? Yeah.
That was the name, of course, yeah.
It's the same, but in Spanish.
Okay. I thought yeah, oh my goodness. I thought it had a different name, but now I remember that it was that. But that version of that TV show was a long time ago. A long time ago.
Yes, it
Yes,
was.
yes, it was.
Some years ago.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly and what year it was, but I do remember that it's not recent. I mean, and it happened a couple of years ago. Okay, so what about the target audience of the most popular soap opera on TV? What is currently the most popular soap opera on TV? What do you think?
Betty la Fea.
Betty la Fea.
Okay.
It was, yeah, pretty famous.
Yeah, so Betty la Fea was or is the most popular soap opera in Colombia. What is the target audience? I think this is kind of tricky because people from all ages
Yeah,
watched
from all ages.
watched this watched this soap opera. Okay. But let's not talk about Betty la Fea, but let's talk about soap operas in general.
Turkey soap opera.
What? Which one?
I was going to say that
30?
The soap operas in
Yeah,
Turkey.
the Turkish soap
Turkey.
opera.
Oh,
Have you
the
seen
yeah,
them, Leona?
in the
For the moment.
afternoon, in the afternoon, the
Yeah.
Turkish show. My mom watches one of.
I think that in this time,
Soap opera.
the moms of the old people
Yes.
they
Moms
watch
and
a lot of
Yeah.
soap opera.
Well, my mom watches one of those soap operas that I don't remember the name. I don't know the name, but she always watches that soap opera in the afternoons, and she's
And it's
crazy
always
about.
in Caracol.
Yes,
It is.
yes.
Teacher El Sultan.
Which one?
El Sultan.
In Sultan? That is
Sultan. El Sultan.
Sultanis.
Yes.
She
my
watches.
aunt-
Mhm. Yeah. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, no worry, teacher. I say that my aunt always
Watches that one.
soap opera.
My mom, I think the one that my mom watches is Josu, something like that. It's a Turkish weird soap opera, but she's happy watching that one. And okay, if she's happy, then go ahead. But yeah, she loves that one, and she every single afternoon she turns on the TV and she starts watching the soap opera. And then when she can't watch it, she's like, "Oh my God, I can't watch my soap opera," and she gets upset for that. But you know, so okay, very good. A popular drama series in Colombia. What will be a popular drama series?
I mean, drama series are not common here.
Yeah.
Because the soap operas are like very for 1
You know,
year or 2
maybe
years.
the series about Pablo Escobar.
Ah,
Yes.
that one, yeah.
Yeah, those ones about Pablo
Which
Escobar.
one?
The ones from Pablo
El
Escobar.
patrón del mal.
El Patrón del Mal, yeah, things like that. But
El cartel.
there,
Me neither.
Sin tetas no hay paraíso.
yeah, okay, that one. I remember that there is one, or there was, but I can't remember the name right now because I never watched those series. I think it was called Escobar, I think. And when I was living in the United States, my host dad, he used to watch that series. And then I remember the first time he's super funny. He's a very funny guy. And the first time, or probably the first weeks while I was living there, he was so proud telling me, "Oh, I'm watching these drama series about Pablo Escobar," and he would repeat some words or some phrases that they would use in that. I remember he used to say "plata o plomo," something like that. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "Well, I'm so sorry, I don't watch those kind of drama series." But it was so, I mean, he remembers that because it was one of the or that sentence or that phrase was repeated all the time, so he memorized that one, and he used to say, "Oh, I watched that one and it's so good." And I'm like, "Well, guy, I don't know, I don't watch that." And I think it's super sad honestly that in other countries they recognize our country just because of Pablo Escobar, but it's part of our history, and there is nothing. Yeah, exactly, Maida. That is, it's super sad, but it is what it is. So all the time I was asked things like, "Oh, you are from Colombia," and then all the bad things about Colombia, and I said, "Well, you should travel more." I wouldn't say that to my host dad, but to people in general that would tell me things like that. And I say, "Oh yeah, that was Narcos. It was Narcos. I think it was Narcos, not No Escobar."
They love Narcos.
Yes.
They are speaking about Narcos all the time. And they believe that Pablo Escobar is like a god because it's almost our president or something like that. I don't know the story, so
yeah,
but
and then
everybody speak about that.
That series is bibliographic.
Yes. So I every
I have
time.
a question.
Yes, Maida.
Someone asking for you for cocaine in USA?
Of course.
Yeah.
And
It was the same for me, but I've never seen that before.
I mean, they would ask me if I did drugs, and if I did, like those that kind of thing, and I would say like, of course not. And I would get like super serious, and I would say, well, if you I don't know, if you have the chance to, or if you had the chance to travel and read and understand more about my country, you wouldn't say those dumb things, because Colombia is way more than that, and I will get like super upset. But yeah, this is something that people, whenever they hear the word Colombia or the country Colombia, they would associate that with like, oh, drugs and Pablo Escobar and all these bad things. This is, sadly, this is part of our history, but this is sad, but it is what it is. We can't change that from one day to the other. So yeah, it's super 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 sad, but what can we do? Okay, guys, so a film with product placement. What is a film with product
A
placement?
Colombian one? Or
Well, I mean, yes, but if we can't find one, then an international movie. That is not Wilson, because we already talked about it. Another one, a different one.
yeah, or
Um,
FedEx.
the Transporter, the movie of Jason Statham. The product placement principle is the Audi cars and Volvo cars.
Oh. Oh,
Maybe Fast and Furious.
which one do, Angelica?
Fast and Furious.
Fast
For
and Furious?
Yes.
And
For
what?
the kind of the cars.
Oh, for the brands of the cars. Okay, okay. Maybe yes.
The movie with Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny's in a movie?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
which one?
But the movie's a good one. I like it.
Tren Bala? I don't know the name.
Like-
El Tren Bala, yeah.
And Brad Pitt's on it. And Brad Pitt's super sexy.
It is.
Yes.
No discussion about that. No,
Ask
it's
Angelina
okay.
Jolie about it.
Exactly, right?
She was completely in love for 12 years.
Yeah.
Now she's not,
Anyone will be in love. Anyone. I didn't know that Bad Bunny was part in the movie. That's crazy. I mean, I had no idea. No idea. But okay. Now
Teacher, do you like Bad Bunny?
not my
No,
favorite.
because I like Bad Bunny.
Well,
Going to the
I mean, not my
It's not
favorite.
necessary to say. Your face says everything.
My face said it all. I express a lot with my face. So yeah, I think you understood. I mean, he's not. I mean, I like 2 or 3 songs from Bad Bunny. But no more. No more. He's not my favorite. I mean, I don't like reggaeton. I mean, I don't. No, my favorite singer is Ricardo Arjona. I think you know that. So I would listen to Arjona all the time. So reggaeton is not my type of music. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So I'm more like pop and so on. But yeah, I had no idea that Bad Bunny was in a film. Honestly, no idea. Okay. And the most popular social media website. What is the most popular social media website right now or nowadays here in
Twitter
It's
or
Twitter?
It's
Instagram?
depend.
It depends.
Instagram.
Yes,
Instagram?
because it depends that you use. For example, Instagram is more like to show the public your social life. But Facebook, for me, I use too much to see videos.
To watch videos.
Yes.
For me,
it's more entertaining or
yes.
funny to me. Facebook.
Okay. Facebook.
than
Okay.
Instagram.
Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Also TikTok.
TikTok and
I
Angelica.
I didn't use Twitter, but I realized that a lot of people share information there. If you want to be informed, you have to use it.
to use Twitter. I'm not a fan of Twitter. I mean, I had Twitter when I was at university. I think it was in 2000, back in 2013 and 14, but I closed it because I mean, I don't like Twitter that much. But I do like to read. So whenever I need to find information, I go to Twitter. I don't have an account, but I just go and check if that's what Harold said, it's true. You can find a lot of information there, and a lot of comments and information related to a particular topic. For me, the social media that I use most is Facebook. I like Instagram. I recently downloaded TikTok. I don't have an account where I post things, and I mean, I don't like to post things on social media. I honestly don't like to post things, not even on Twitter, on Instagram, or Facebook. I never share a thing because I don't like that. I mean, I'm like old fashioned, I guess. I don't like sharing pictures of anything. I don't know. I just don't like it. So I downloaded TikTok because I don't know why. I don't know why I downloaded. Now I forgot. I don't know why I downloaded TikTok. I think one of my sisters was sharing some videos with me, and I downloaded just to watch the videos that she would send me. And whenever I have like free time, for example, on Sunday, and I want to watch funny videos, I go to TikTok and I love it. I love TikToks. But I never post TikToks or videos or pictures on any social media. It's just I don't like it. I don't know why, but I don't like. I'm old-fashioned somehow. What about a reality TV show that is very popular here in Colombia?
Protagonistas de novela.
Protagonistas, Desafío.
MasterChef.
El desafío.
MasterChef, yes, that one was my favorite. I would watch MasterChef every single night. I love that one.
Me too, yeah, it is a good one.
Wait, but I saw.
I don't like, for example, I don't like El Desafío. I hate it. I think it's super boring. I don't like which other that I don't like. Oh, the ones that they were presenting, like La Voz. No, what was the
La
last one?
Descarga.
La Descarga. I don't know. It's just like it's too much. It's whenever I watched La Descarga, it was like fights and fights and fights. So I was like, oh, this is so boring. But I do love MasterChef. I love it. It's my favorite. With the famous people, with the famous people. I love that one. What about a tabloid or magazine with mostly male readership? Male, not female, male. Like the majority of men like reading that, or more male than female.
Soho.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
going to say that, yeah.
Soho. Okay. Yes. I agree. And the broadsheet with highest circulation.
El
What do you think?
espectador.
El
El
Espectador.
tiempo.
El Tiempo.
Vanguardia. Here in Bucaramanga, maybe Vanguardia.
Vanguardia, I think yes, Vanguardia, I agree. In
El
Bucaramanga.
Cubo.
El Cubo. For sure, El Cubo.
But el Q is like a tablet, or
Yes, I would say that Vanguardia is more a broadsheet and Cubo is more like a tabloid. Because in Vanguardia you find more like serious information in terms of politics, in terms of the things happening in the country or in
current events, everything.
yeah, current events,
Teacher,
exactly. Yes, how do
are tablet more related to that we know like amarillismo?
not necessarily, I would say amarillismo, but tabloids are shorter and easier to read, and the information that you find there are mostly entertainment, crime, So El Cubo is a good example of a tabloid. And then, for example, El Tiempo, or what was the other one that you mentioned, guys?
El
El Espectador, that is more like a brochure. And also the size of the pages. So if you open El Espectador or El Tiempo brochure or newspaper is bigger, and then the El Cubo is smaller. So that is a good example of tabloid and brochures. Okay. Okay, people, so let's do something. We're going to go on a break soon. When we come back, we are going to do this listening about the media, and then we're going to review reported speech. Okay, we're going to review reported speech, but we are not going to pay attention to these exercises here. We are going to pay attention to the grammar that is on page 158. But we're not going to do, because I think that with these examples are like more confusing, and reported speech is not confusing at all. So when we come back from our break, we're going to do the listening, and we're going to review a reported speech. Okay, good, guys, clear? So I will see you at 7:40. Nos vemos a las
Okay, teacher.
7:40.
Bye-bye.
See you at 7:40. Okay.
Teacher.
Okay, bye.
Okay, guys, are we all back? Ready? Break is so short, but I
Yes, it
know.
was.
Okay, very good. So my people, in this second part of the session, we are going to do listening exercise. We're going to check grammar, okay? So we are going to read the questions from 1 to 10 about the media, and which only three questions would you most like to hear and answer to? The first one is, who controls the media? Number 2, how can I protect my privacy online? Number 3, will we still read newspapers in the future? Number 4, how has the internet affected the world of media? Number 5, what will happen to TV in the future? Number 6, does the media reflect what we think or control what we think? Number 7, does the media portray women in a negative way? Number 8, how does the media influence us? Number 9, what is the future of books? And number 10, is TV bad for children? Which 3 questions, guys, would you most like to hear an answer to?
Which question?
Yes, which
question?
3 questions of these 10? So here we have 10 questions. We're going to listen to our recording, but they will only answer like 3 or 4 questions. So which 3 questions would you most like to hear an answer to?
Will we
Number
still
9.
read newspaper in the future?
Okay. Will we still read newspapers in the future? I would love to listen to number 1, who controls the media?
Second.
Yes, teacher.
Number 2
and 6.
and number 6.
Number
I think number 2, how can I protect my privacy online? Oh, that's true. That's true. How can I
Number
protect?
5.
Number
Number
5.
7.
What will happen to TV in the future? Okay, very good. Oh, now that I remember, now that we're talking about question number 2, how can I protect my privacy online? I'm going to tell you something interesting that happened to me a couple of months ago. Well, I think it was like last year, I'm not sure. So one morning I received an email where in the main topic of the head of the email was my password. One was my Google password, my email, and many or a couple of other passwords. So it was the password, and it said something like, oh, I know, I'll give you the word in a second, Maida. And they said, oh, you know what? I know, or I have access to your password, and I know this because you accessed like a website. It was like for adults, something like that. And I was like, in my cell phone, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I had no idea how they or that person got my information. And it says, oh, and I have pictures of you, and I'm going to send all of your pictures to your boss and to your colleagues. And like that person was threatening me, and that person said, you have to send me Bitcoin, something like that, and I will not post your pictures or send your pictures to your boss. Of course, when I was sure that nothing was going to happen, because of course I was like, oh, I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? I don't have any, I don't have those kind of pictures that the person was saying that he had access or she had access to them. But I wasn't scared because of that. I was scared of the password, the fact that he knew my password. So what I did is I changed everything immediately, and that was so interesting. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. How do they have access to that? How, oh, same thing happened to you with an old password, the same thing, like, oh, we know that you have been doing crazy things like that, and now I have pictures of you, and I'm going to send it to your colleagues and your boss and things like that. Yes, the same thing.
And teacher, the most worry is because usually in our social medias, we we connect all social media with our Gmail or email. So you have your email, you have to see if someone reach your email or your Google can access to bank contact, bank phones,
yes,
your personal information, your
that's
life
crazy.
because your cell phone is connecting for this. Your computer.
Exactly. Yes, Christian?
Was the same. The password that they send in the email was true, but wasn't the actual one.
Oh, so it was an old password.
An
So
old
you
password. So I have like 4 passwords, and I like using it for different things. Basically, it's the same place with other things in like a number, capital letters with capital letters, and all of that. And so it's actually the same.
Yeah, but
I have this
and they
information
also
about you. I'm going to send you to your parents, to your bosses, and everything that is related with you.
But
if you don't send me, I don't know how much money in Bitcoin.
Yeah, I think it was like I think it was like 4 Bitcoin, something like that. I remember
how much. But
yeah,
this is the problem. Was that the thread is real? But in my case, the email was in the place in the spam So suppose that is real, but you send too much people that even if you send that information, all the people are going to receive in spam.
Yeah,
so that is the problem.
I never, actually, now that you mentioned it was on spam, I never ever watch my spam, never. Sometimes when for example, when I'm waiting for an answer or something, because I applied to something and then I don't receive the email, I usually check my spam, but only if I'm waiting for some information that I haven't received. So in that case, I check my spam. But that was like crazy because I checked my spam. I don't remember why, and then I saw that email and I was like, oh, this is crazy. So I told my mom and I said, well, I received this information. And then of course I wasn't worried because of the pictures, because I knew that wasn't true. So I wasn't scared at all for that reason, but I was scared because that was my password. And so I mean, it's similar to you, Christian, but for you was your old password. For me was the actual password at that time. So I immediately opened my Google account and I closed and I closed all the sessions in every single like place, and then I changed the password, and then I mean they stopped sending me messages like that, but it was crazy. John, you were raising your hand.
Yes, teacher. I was going to say that something similar happened to my cousin. He bought a cell phone many years ago, but the person who sold him the cell phone didn't delete the Google account. So every time that my cousin was receiving pictures, music information, it was appearing in her cell phone. And I remember that one day she went into the store when I used to work, and she told me, look at this is your cousin, look at this picture. I don't know why that those pictures appeared on my cell phone. I don't know. And I was so, oh my goodness, what is
That's crazy.
that? That's so
Yeah.
terrible. And I notified my cousin about that. And well, of course, that he did everything in order to retrieve that information. But well, be careful with that. Everything
Yeah.
that you buy a cell phone, please delete every Google account.
Everything.
because- Yes,
Everything.
Oh, reset the cell phone.
And now that you mentioned about your cell phone, something weird happened to my sister last week. So I used to have an old iPhone that I bought in the United States, and I gave it to her as a gift. So I said, okay, I bought a new one, so you can use my old one. But it was my sister, you know. I of course I deleted everything and I gave it to her like a new phone. So last week, I think it was on Wednesday, we didn't have class that day because it was our break from our session. So I think it was on Friday. No. We didn't have class last week, Wednesday and Thursday.
Or Thursday,
Wednesday
yeah.
or Thursday. So it was on Wednesday last week because I was grading your exams. So I went to El Éxito because I bought a new TV for my room, and I was there, and my sister, my older sister, she texted me and she said, can you please call me, because I don't know why I can't, it says fuera de servicio, out of service. And then I said, well, she asked, she has Movistar. And then she says, oh, maybe it's Movistar that is having some issues. I don't have Movistar, I have Claro. So I said, well, I'm not having any inconveniences with my phone. My mom is Movistar. So my mom and my dad and my little sister, they have their phones with Movistar. And then it was their phones, and they were working perfectly fine, but my older sister, her phone wasn't working. So we were like, I told her, like, turn on and turn off and then turn on the cell phone and then try, or wait 10 minutes and so on. So she was at the office when she realized about that. She waited for like an hour or something, and then she tried again. It wasn't working. So then the next day, she was so upset, so upset. So she went to Movistar and she said, I don't know what's going on with my cell phone because it's not working and it says out of service. I paid my, I'm not in debt. So why is my cell phone not working, my land? And then they said, oh, because somebody reported that phone as stolen. And then my sister was like, well, that's impossible because first of all, it is my phone and the previous owner was my sister. Of course, my sister is not going to do something like that. So she said, oh, and then the guy in Movistar, it was so crazy because actually when that same guy, when I arrived to Colombia, the first thing that I did was to register my phone. So I went to Movistar and that exact same guy helped me. So I still even have his contact information on WhatsApp, and I still have his contact. So he recognized my sister's face, and he says, oh, are you Daniela's sister? Because they say that we are alike, but I mean, I don't know. and then my sister was so upset, and she said, yeah, Daniela is my sister. She gave me his phone, her phone. This is her phone, his previous phone. But then somebody reported that someone stole that phone. So the phone was like not working because somebody reported that cell phone as stolen. And then the guy, Javier, that's his name, Javier, showed my sister the message and said, well, the person that reported your phone is a person that knows your ID number, what's the name in Spanish? I forgot the name. La fecha de, ¿cómo se llama? Cuando no saca la cédula, la fecha, what's the name?
La fecha de expiración. No,
Expedition. Yes. Exactly. And that person knew information. Hey, Christian, give me 1 second. For sure. And then that person knew where information about my sister because they ask you in Movistar. The thing happened online, so the person entered to Movistar, and then they asked that person security questions, and then they asked for her ID number, the fecha expedición, information to her bank accounts, information to, you know, so many things. And that person knew everything about my sister. And the person said, oh, el celular me lo dejé en la mesa y algo así. El celular me lo hurtaron de la mesa, algo así. Something like that. I can't remember. And then my sister was like, oh, this is crazy. Because no one knows that information about me. That's what she said. And thank goodness I still have the receipt when that I bought that cell phone in the United States. So I had the receipt. I had the box.
So important. People usually don't do that, but in this case, is the important, is the main.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And then the guy, Javier, he was like, oh, and I remember that I helped your sister when she registered that phone. So I know that this is your phone, that you are not lying, that somebody else reported that phone. And you know, if I didn't have the receipt, if I hadn't had the receipt, then my sister would have, you know, lost all her information and her phone was like useless. Thank goodness I had the receipt and I have the box with the email number. And so I mean, he helped my sister with that. But now that we were talking about how to protect our information online, it's crazy how they have access to so much information. And my sister is scared. She's like, oh, but who could have done something like this? And the person who did that did it specifically just to be mean to my sister. Like, there is no other reason to do something like that. Christian, you were going to say something. Yes.
The problem with the stolen cell phones is, I mean, now it's like that, but before the same company blocks your phone because you didn't register, something like that. One of my cousins have that problem. I mean, they had like 2 chips for the same phone, one with Movistar and the other one with Tigo, and they're supposed there's only one like data center of all the phones with who are registered. So she registered his phone with her phone, sorry, with Movistar, and not with Tigo. Like 3 months later, Tigo blocks his cell phone.
Yes. So
because she didn't register. Like, no, because you didn't register, but there's only one data.
Yeah.
You have to upload that information and see, search it like a company and see if it's already registered. If not, block it.
So the thing is that I thought about that and I said, well, maybe it happened because I registered my phone, but no, when I registered my phone, I was Movistar, and then I switched to Claro like a year ago, more than a year ago. But I had my previous phone, my previous iPhone, and everything was perfectly fine. And then Javier showed my sister the message that the person wrote. El celular me fue robado de la mesa, something like that. And it was a real message. And somebody did that to my sister just because, like, there is no reason. So it's crazy to think like that people have that information about you. And then my boyfriend's mom, somebody bought a cell phone on, I think it was in Tigo, with mobile data. And then when she went to Tigo, she was asking like, why are you charging me money? I don't owe you anything. And they said, oh, yes, you do. You bought a cell phone with us. It was this cell phone with this mobile data. And then she said, no, I never bought a cell phone. I never bought a mobile data with you. So somebody stole the information and her cellula and her ID and you know, bought a cell phone. That easy. So it's crazy. Now that we're talking about how to be safe or how to feel safe in online, there is no privacy. I think there is no privacy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy to think about that, and it's super scary. Yes, Harold.
Teacher, I think that maybe even when we apply a job, we have to send our information, and later they can use it. For example, if you want to change a file to PNG to PDF, they use a page like I love PDF, and and using something like that, and the information can be stolen.
Oh, really? Wow, didn't know that.
Yeah, teacher, because everything
I
that
use
you
I love
love,
PDF.
Yes,
love.
what happened is I love PDF is the main app that you use in the work.
I know that is a useful tool, but everything that you all love to internet, it will never disappear.
Yeah, that's crazy. I love PDF every single day of my life, honestly, and I had no idea about that. Harold, now I'm so scared. Wow. That's crazy. So it's
This
very, yeah.
Then engineer, you should recommend that the person can, you know, the person, people shouldn't change his passport each 3 months. 3 months.
Should
3
change
months.
the passwords every 3 months?
Yes, every 3 months. But it's difficult because you invent a password.
It happens. You forget about them. It happens to me. I usually have to write down the passwords because I forget, and I have so many different access to my to the books, to the Sistema de Información, to Moodle, to Google, to social media. So we have so many, I have so many accounts, different accounts, that if I have to change every single password to the accounts, I mean, it's crazy. But in terms of safety, yeah, I think it's a good idea to change our passwords constantly and write them down so we don't forget about them, because this is something that can happen. Okay, guys, so we are going to listen to an interview with a professor of media studies, and which questions do the callers ask? And then when we listen, we are going to check if the statements are true, false, or if there is no information about that. So let's read the questions. Let's read the question so that you have this in mind. So the first one, the term mass media includes the internet. Number two, in the future, there will be fewer than 6 major media corporations. Number three, newspaper editors used to be more powerful. Number four, we get all of our news from big media corporations. Number five, media is more interactive now than in the past. 6, the top rated TV show in the UK in 1986 was a soap opera. And then number 7, tabloid circulation has fallen in most countries. So we're going to listen to a professor of media studies answering some questions that people ask him, okay, or her. So pay attention, and then after we listen, we're going to answer these questions with true if the information that is here agrees with the information that you will listen to, false if it's the opposite, or no information. It means that there is no information at all, or there is not enough information to justify if the statement is true or if the statement is false. Okay, clear, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
Okay, very good. Let's listen. Very good.
Unit 10, Recording 1.
Guys, this is a long listening. It's almost 5 minutes. So please pay extra attention because we will only listen to it once because it's very long. Okay, if we listen to it twice, it will be like 10 minutes. So it's a long time. So we will only listen to it once, and we're going to try to get all of the answers, or try at least to get out all of the answers by just listening to the recording once. Okay, clear? Clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay, very good, very good.
And now it's time for Quiz the Expert. Our expert this week is Monica Jessup. Monica will be familiar to some of our listeners. She has worked at a number of top UK universities. Good to have you on the programme, Monica.
Thanks, Doug.
So, Monica, our first question comes from a caller in South Wales. Hello, Ewan.
Yes, hello.
What's your question for our expert, Ewan?
Okay, well, a question I've always wanted to ask is, who actually controls the media?
Well, Ewan, the simple answer is it depends. In some countries, the government controls the media. In other countries, it's private individuals or companies who own it. What we call mass media nowadays also includes the internet. And you could argue that we all own that because we can all set up a website. However, there are certainly some very large media corporations that own and control a lot of what we see and hear. In the US around 25 years ago, there were 50 major media corporations. Now, there are just 6.
Does that answer your question, Ewan?
Yes, I think it does. Thanks.
Great stuff. Now on to Fred from Bristol.
Thanks, Doug. Monica, I'm interested in your opinion. Does the media reflect what we think, or does the media control what we think? I mean, you know, do we just think about the things that the media wants us to think about?
The eternal question, Fred. It used to be said that the most powerful person in the country was the newspaper editor, because he, and it always was a he, decided what went on the front page, and so decided what was important and what wasn't. However, the internet has had an impact. Now anyone can create news. With the camera in our smartphones, we can record a high-definition video of an event, upload it to the internet, and hey presto, people all over the world can see. Big media corporations are being cut out. Sites like globalvoicesonline.org are bringing the news directly from the people who are experiencing it, inside war zones, for example. So, in answer to your question, while the media does still control what we think to some extent, people are now able to use the media to reflect what they think.
That's a fascinating idea. I must check it out. Thanks for that question, Fred. Now we have Damien in Leeds. Hi, Damien. What's your question?
Oh, yes. You mentioned how the internet has changed news, Monica. How else has the internet changed things? How has it affected the world of media?
Well, of course, it's introduced a lot of new words to our language. Who had heard of microblogging before the internet? But more importantly, I believe the internet has made media more interactive. Media used to be a one-way process. They spoke and we listened. Now it's much more like a dialogue. Every article has reader comments below it. Every concert is reviewed and discussed on Twitter. Unfortunately, I think the internet has also made us all more separate from each other. We're all watching and listening to different things. Young adults now probably don't even remember the time when everyone watched the same thing on television and then talked about it the next day at work or college. In 1986, the top-rated TV show in the UK got 30 million viewers. That's half the population. 25 years later, the top-rated show got less than half that number. As a society, we just don't share the same experiences anymore. We watch and listen to different things.
OK, thanks, Monica. And thanks, Damien, for that question. We've only got time for one more question, I think, which is from Lisa in Edinburgh.
Hi, Monica.
Hi, Lisa. What's your question?
Well, you mentioned newspapers earlier. They're having a hard time of things. Will we still read newspapers in the future?
Most countries have seen a drop in newspaper circulation in the last few years, particularly broadsheets. They're finding it much harder to survive and many have gone out of business. It's not just the loss of readers that is a problem. In the US, newspapers make almost 90% of their money from advertising. When circulation drops, fewer people want to advertise in the newspaper, and they won't pay as much to advertise.
OK, thanks, Monica. Fascinating as always to talk to you, and thanks for taking part in Quiz the Expert. Now it's time for travel news. Gary, over to you.
Okay, guys, how was it?
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, yes. Was it easy
I mean, that
to
some of the answers
follow?
that she gave are is what is
Mhm.
happening.
Yeah, so it's true, right? What she answered is it was very interesting, or it's very interesting, and it's true. It's happening nowadays. So which of the questions here did they answer? What was the first question?
Who controls the media?
Who controls the media? Yes, this one was the first answer. And then what did she say about this? Do you guys remember?
That it depends. In some countries, it's the
depends.
government who controls the media. Yeah.
Yes, very good. In some countries, it's the government. Very good. What other question did I answer?
Will we still read newspaper in the future?
Yes. Will we
That one
still,
too.
yes, will we still read newspapers in the future? What was the answer? That was the last question. What was the answer that they or that she gave?
That the numbers of readers have decreased, and also the advertisements. Advertising.
Yes.
It has,
Advertisement.
like, they are not receiving enough payment, so
Yes.
that's why.
So a lot of companies are closing because there is not enough money for them to survive. And then it says that since the number is decreasing, then they receive a big amount of money, product of the advertisements. So if people stop reading those tabloids or broadsheets, they mention actually broadsheets, there is no way for them to survive. I mean, to continue operations if they don't have enough money, they don't receive enough money. So what they say is that since the number of readers is decreasing, then companies don't want to advertise or pay that much money for an advertisement as they did in the past. So the future of newspapers in the future, it depends on money. Okay, very good. What else? What other question?
How does the media influence us?
Yes. How does the media influence, or if the media reflects what we think, or this one? Does the media reflect what we think
Number
or
6.
control what we think? Number 6. What did
Reflect.
she say? Sorry?
Reflect that we think.
Yeah, also that one. Does the media reflect what we think or control what we think? What do you think?
She said that sometimes it was the person who was the director of the media, who had the control of the information.
Okay, very good. And what other question? The other question was this one. How has
the internet?
Yes, how has the internet affected the world of media? What answer did she give?
She said that most of the people can now edit and upload a video. Like there are global voices all over the world.
Okay.
So everyone can share information.
Very good.
From any
So
place.
In a real time.
In real, yeah. In real time.
Like
yes.
immediately.
Yes, exactly. So we can see that.
And media is more interactive.
Yes,
She said that they can comment or reviews, all those things.
And then in the past, when the internet didn't exist, or it was limited, for example, when something happens, or when something used to happen before, we had to listen to the radio or watch TV the next day or read the newspaper, but next day. So nowadays, when everything happens, we get information right now. Like something happens and then 5 minutes later or less than that, we can find information on social media. So it's faster. So that's how the media has affected somehow the world of media. Okay, guys, and now what about the statements? The term mass media includes the internet. True, false, or not given, or not information?
Yes, teacher said that the past.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes,
So
in the past there are more corporation than now.
Yes.
In fact, before there are 24 maybe.
Yes.
Big corporation, and now it's only 6 to manage this mass media.
Yes, very good. What about number 2? And so that one is true. Okay, that one was true. In the media, there will be fewer than 6 major media corporations.
False. False.
Okay, this is okay. Yes, there will be fewer than 6 major. Okay, very good. Number 3, newspaper editors used to be more powerful.
True. That's true. Yeah.
That's true for sure. Number 4, we get all of our news from big media corporations.
True.
False.
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 Yes,
Yeah.
we get all of our news from big media corporations. This is false. Number 5, media is more interactive now than in the past.
True.
True. Yes, true.
That's true.
Number 6, the top-rated TV show in the UK in 1986 was a soap opera.
False.
No information.
No information. Yeah,
No
no
information.
information.
Yes.
No information. No information. And the last one, tabloid circulation has fallen in most countries.
True.
But it says in most countries.
Yes.
No
information.
No information. She mentioned something like that, but she talks about broadsheets. She doesn't talk about tabloid circulation. She said that for broadsheet it has fallen, but for tabloid, we don't know. She didn't mention that, or she didn't give information about this. Okay, people, we're going to pay attention. We're going to continue in this part that it's very interesting, the information here. It says, that might be what I said. So it says, but it wasn't what I mean. This might be what I said, but it wasn't what I meant. When public figures talk to the media, sometimes the word don't quite come out right. And here are some of our favorite examples. Is there a person to read number 1, please? Number 1.
I owe a lot to my parents, especially my mother, father.
An Australian golfer, right? I owe a lot to my parents, especially my mother and my father. Okay, interesting. Number 2. Can someone please read number 2?
The lead car is absolutely unique except for the one behind it, which is identical.
Identical. Yeah. I mean, okay. So he says the lead car is absolutely unique. So no other lead car or no other cars like that one, except the one behind it, which is identical. What? So Formula 1 motor shop commentator. Okay. What about number 3? Another person to read number 3.
If you exclude the killings, Washington now actually have a very low crime rate.
Okay, the ex-mayor of Washington said that. So if you exclude killings, Washington now has actually a very low crime rate. Okay. Number 4, I think Jennifer, you wanted to read it?
Thanks, teacher. Yes.
Were you present when your photograph was taken?
Lawyer question. Like what? So lawyer questioning what a witness in court. Okay, let's go with number 5.
Me, teacher.
Okay, John.
Smoking kills people, and if you're killed, you've lost an important part of your life.
Okay, smoking kills
Terrible.
people. And if you're killed, you have lost an important part of your life. Really? An American actress and anti-smoker campaigner. Number 6.
Me, teacher.
Okay, go ahead.
I'd like to play for an Italian club like Barcelona.
Okay, a British footballer said that. Number 7, the word genius is not applicable in football. A genius is a guy like Norman Einstein. Okay, Norman Einstein. Number 8, can someone please read number 8? Labjor, how did your first marriage end? Witness with death, Labjor, and who death ended it? Exactly. So how did your first marriage end? Well, my first marriage ends with death. And whose dad ended it? Like, really? So it was a lawyer who asked. Of course, the other person, because otherwise he will be talking to a dead person, which is of course not possible. Number 9. Can someone please read number 9?
This player dribbles a lot and the opposition don't like it. You can see it on their face. British football commentator.
Yes, commentator. Very good. Number 10, the lawyer asked, can you describe the person you saw? The witness. About medium height with a bird. Lawyer, was this a male or a female? I mean, that question was like not very smart, but okay. Number 11, can someone please read number 11?
Me, teacher.
Go ahead.
I just want to talk. Sorry. I just
want
want you to know that when we talk about war, we are really talking about peace.
Former US president. Weird. The next one. Lawyer says, what is your date of birth? The witness says July 15th. Lawyer, what year? And the witness says every year. Okay. And then the last one. Can someone please read the last one? Last one, guys.
I don't know what I said, but I know what I think. And well, I assume that's what I said. US
politician. Okay, very good. So these are, or yes, Angelica.
Teacher, what's the meaning of the word in sentence 9? Dribbles?
Dribbles. This player dribbles a lot. Well, I don't even know how to, I don't even know the word in Spanish. Dribble is like go, no sé cómo se dice en español.
Gambetear.
Fútbol. Exactly. Yes. That one. Gambetear. That is a term in.
What is that, teacher?
What is that, guys? Can someone that knows a lot about soccer can explain this to us?
I can explain, but in Spanish.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, pues es cuando uno sabe jugar mucho fútbol y como que tiene una habilidad con el balón, entonces como que gambetea con él a los otros jugadores.
Es como moverse por ahí, quitarle el
balón. Cuando un jugador quiere quitar el balón al otro, entonces esa
gozárselo.
Persona
Okay, Christian says gozárselo, right? So the person says, this player dribbles a lot and the opposition don't like it. You can see it on their face. Of course, something like obvious. So all of these all of these people said something like dumb. So that might be what I said, but it wasn't what I meant. So guys, we are going to pay attention to reported speech.
but we're not going to do it with the sentences here because they can be like confusing, and reported speech is not confusing at all. So we are going to page 158. On page 158, we're going to pay attention to this grammar that is reporting people's exact words. So when we report what people say, we need to change the tense. Okay, so when we report what someone said, the verb forms generally move 1/10 into the past. Nos devolvemos, okay, de un tiempo verbal a otro. So for example, somebody said, I believe that what I'm doing is right. She said, I will continue. So she's saying this one is in present. I believe that present continuous. I believe that what I'm doing is right. She said, I will continue. Future. So when we report what somebody said, we need to move 1/10 into the past. Now let's see. She said she believed. So from present simple, we move to past simple. She said she believed that what she was doing was right. Here, when she was talking, she used present continuous. So now when we report, we need to move to past continuous. And now she would continue. And then when we're using the modal verb will to talk about the past, when we report, we need to change it to would. Okay, so here we are going to see a table here with direct speech and reported speech, so that you can see in a better way how we move from one test to the other. If in direct speech the person says something in present simple, in the reported speech we need to change it to past simple. O sea, del presente simple en reporte o en lenguaje directo, right, como el que estamos aquí nosotros hablando, okay? If we use it in the present, cuando lo vamos a reportar, we go to the past, okay? So from present simple, we move to past simple. From present continuous to past continuous. From present perfect to past perfect. From past simple to past perfect. From past continuous to past perfect continuous. From past perfect, no change possible. Why? Porque aquí no hay un cambio posible en past perfect.
Because it's the last time that we.
It's the last tense. Yes, yes. So the past perfect is the past of the past. There is no more tenses before the past perfect. So when someone reports something in past perfect, we need to, when someone says something in past perfect, we need to report it in past perfect. For example, if I say, oh, and I had invited people to my wedding a month ago, for example, or before 1 month ago before the celebration, I had invited my my friends to the wedding. So if somebody wants to report what I said, I'm using past perfect in my speech. So the person needs to report what I said in past perfect, because there is no way to move from one test to the other. Okay. With past perfect continue, same, no change possible. So we need to report in past perfect continuous. If in the direct speech we use will, then in the reported speech we need to use would. In direct speech, the person says is going to, like present continuous, then was going to. Okay, that means for the future, sorry, for the future is going to, then was going to. Can, we use could, and must, had to. Okay, the past continue frequently does not change in reported speech. Okay, in past continuous, well, we can use it in past perfect continuous, but frequently does not change in reported speech. Is it clear, guys? Yes.
Teacher, can you please remind us how do we have to change, for example, if we see might or may in a sentence?
with
For
like,
example, if someone say I might how I can
no,
change that?
you
No,
say you reported the same thing. You
the
report the
same?
same thing. Yes.
Okay.
She says she might do. So for example, somebody said, oh, I might travel tomorrow. I might travel tomorrow. There is a possibility. Oh, my sister told me that she might travel tomorrow. Same thing. There is no change with those modal verbs. However, when we use will, we change it to would. When we use can, we change it to could. When we use must, we change it to have to. Okay? But with may or might is the same. Okay?
Okay, the other modal verbs words in the same.
In the same, yes. In the same
Okay.
one as a direct speech. Yes. Now let's pay attention to this. Remember, the change of the tense often happens because what the person said is now in the past. His teachers said he would end up in trouble, but now he's successful. ¿Por qué utilizamos la voz, el reported speech en pasado? ¿Por qué nos devolvemos? Porque muy seguramente ya cuando estamos reportando lo que alguien nos dijo, pues esa acción ya se dio. So it's usually the situation is now in the past. So that's why we report it in one tense behind. Por eso lo reportamos en un tiempo atrás. If what the person, but pay attention to this one, if what the person says is still true or relevant now, we often don't change tenses. Pero pilas, acá chicos, voy a explicar aquí unas cositas en español para que todo quede lo más claro posible, porque esto no es que sea difícil, sino que de pronto a veces como hacer el enganche entre el uso y demás puede llegar a ser un poco como, espere, ¿cómo así? So, sí, es relevante lo que la persona dice, todavía es relevante en el presente, pues cuando vayamos a reportar o cuando reportamos lo que la persona dice, no tenemos que hacer el cambio del tiempo gramatical. ¿Listo? For example, I'll be late for the meeting. So people says she will be late. So the meeting is still in the future. Okay? For example, la reunión es mañana. Okay? Y ella dice, oh, mañana llegaré tarde a la reunión porque mañana tengo una cita médica temprano y pues no llegaré temprano al encuentro, ¿ok? Entonces, como esto que ella está diciendo es relevante, si todavía no ha sucedido, por esa razón, cuando reportamos, puede ser que no lo cambiamos y simplemente decimos, oh, she says she will be late, ¿ok? En este caso no lo cambio. Por ejemplo, si ya ella dice el lunes que para la reunión del miércoles iba a llegar tarde, ahí sí lo reporto en el pasado, porque ya la reunión fue el miércoles, hoy estamos a jueves, entonces ahí sí digo, oh, she said she would, si ella utiliza el will en el directo, en el que vamos a reportar, utilizaríamos el would. Oh, she said she would arrive late to the meeting, porque ya la reunión ya se dio y yo estoy reportando en el pasado, ¿ok? Entonces, del will lo cambio al would, pero aquí no, porque la reunión es mañana, por ejemplo, o la reunión es el lunes. Entonces, la reunión todavía no se ha dado, todavía está en el futuro, entonces no necesariamente lo cambio, ¿listo? Lo puedo reportar en el mismo tiempo verbal, ¿ok? Good. It is, yes, Angelica.
Teacher, so it's only to action that in future that not happen to in this moment?
or things that are relevant in the present.
Okay.
Maybe things that are relevant in the present or in the future or relevant in the present as well. Okay. Okay, very good. It is possible to change tenses in such cases, but it's often done in more formal contexts. For example, today's agreement is a historic opportunity, the minister said. So the minister said that today's agreement was a historic opportunity. Es posible cambiarlo, aunque el ministro lo estaba reportando en presente para hablar del futuro, ¿cierto? O para hablar de algo en general. También lo puedo reportar y utilizar el pasado, right? The minister said that today's agreement was a historic opportunity, pero esto es mucho más común en contextos formales. Analicemos la oración nuevamente. Today's agreement, el acuerdo de hoy, es a historic opportunity. Es una oportunidad histórica, dijo el ministro. Ok, lo voy a reportar y voy a decir, the minister said that today's agreement was a historic opportunity. Lo puedo reportar, me puedo volver al pasado, pero esto es en un contexto más formal, pero como es relevante en el presente, todavía lo puedo decir, lo puedo reportar en presente. Puedo decir, oh, the minister said that today's agreement is a historic opportunity. Porque en este caso, como en el segundo, todavía lo que la persona dice es relevante hoy en día, entonces no lo cambio, ¿ok? Si deseo cambiarlo es porque tiene, digamos, un tono un poco más formal, ¿ok? Probably in a newspaper or in the news here. If the reporting verb is in the present, there is no change. For example, mom says I can borrow the car tonight. Mi mamá dice que puedo prestar el carro hoy. Entonces, si el reporting verb, por ejemplo, my mom says, mi mamá dice, if the reporting verb is in the present, there is no change. No lo cambio. Mi mamá dice que puedo prestar el carro esta noche. So, cuando vaya a reportar, yo digo, my mom says that I can or that I could borrow the car tonight. Okay? There is no change here. Guys, clear here? Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes? Yes? Good. Now, reported questions. Because reported questions are not real questions, the word order is the same as in statements. Como no es una pregunta real, no es una pregunta directa, pues va a mantener el mismo orden de una oración afirmativa. For example, would you continue to fight this case? The journalists asked. Now, the journalist asked if they would continue to fight the case. So let's analyze the sentence. We have, they would continue to fight the case. Esto no tiene estructura de pregunta. No digo, would they, no utilizo estructura de pregunta. ¿Por qué? Porque no es una pregunta directa, no es una pregunta real. Entonces, el orden de las preguntas se mantiene en el mismo orden de las oraciones afirmativas. ¿Okay? Y lo único es que lo hago con el verbo preguntó. So, the journalist asked. So, el verbo asked me indica que estoy reportando una pregunta. Pero cuando voy a decir cuál es la pregunta, la utilizo en el orden de las oraciones afirmativas porque no es una pregunta real, no es una pregunta directa. Okay? Good. Clear here?
Yes,
Okay. 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 Very good. Some common reporting verbs and constructions are used after them. Say. So we remember in the game at the beginning of the class that I said that we normally use the verb say and the verb that, but there are some other verbs. For example, say he said that he was enjoying his new job. Tell, he told me that he was enjoying his new job. Answer, so she answered that she had no intention of resigning. So we can also use answer. Reply, she replied that she had no intention of resigning. And she added that she wanted to thank her supporters. Okay, so these are also common verbs, reporting verbs in reported speech. Not only say, not only tell, we have other verbs like answer, reply, add, noted, pointed out, okay? So those are also some common reporting verbs. Okay, let's see. The verb ask is most commonly used to report questions, but wonder and want are or want to know are sometimes used too. Entonces, chicos, tradicionalmente hemos utilizado el reported speech con los verbos say, con los verbos tell, pero no son los únicos, right? Entonces, si alguna, también podríamos encontrar el answer, reply, add, lo mismo acá para las preguntas, que ask es el más común, pero no es el único, ¿ok? También podremos wonder, or he wondered, or he wanted to know, or she wants to know, or she asked. Those are also common verbs. And then question words are used as conjunctions to introduce report question. Si la pregunta es de WH question, la puedo utilizar en el reported speech y después de la WH question decir el resto de la pregunta, pero en estructura de oración afirmativa. ¿Ok? Let's see. Miramos un ejemplo. The police asked him where he had been. Esta es una pregunta que está en reported speech. Por ejemplo, la policía le preguntó, where have you been? Where have you been? ¿En dónde has estado? Where have you been? En directo, voy a escribirla acá. La pregunta directa es, where is not letting me write?
Where are you have been?
No, where have you been? Why is not letting me write? ¿Por qué no me está dejando escribir? Hold on. Let me stop sharing my screen and I'll share my screen again. Oh, that's weird. Let me see if I can use a chat. Oh, it's like blocked for some reason. My cat, when we were on the break, my cat was sitting on my computer, and I don't know if she blocked my keyboard, and now I can't write. That's weird, guys. That's weird. Sorry, I'm trying to write. Let me see if I can use this one, but I don't think this will help.
How to write the statement in the chat.
I wonder, where have you been? Yes, very good, Harold. Where have you been? Thank you very much. Thank you for helping me. So the police, la policía le preguntó a el sospechoso, for example, ¿en dónde has estado? Where have you been? Ahora, si yo lo quiero reportar, yo digo, the police asked him, le preguntó a él, pongo el objeto o el subject, el object pronoun, si estoy haciendo referencia a él, ¿sí? So, asked him, si estoy haciendo referencia a ella, so asked her, a nosotros, asked us, so debo utilizar el object pronoun, okay? So the police asked him, where. En la pregunta directa estaba el where, en la pregunta de reportar lo puedo utilizar y después del where utilizo la pregunta o formulo la pregunta, pero en primero me devuelvo el tiempo verbal y no solamente me devuelvo el tiempo verbal, por ejemplo, estaría en present perfect, entonces la hago en past perfect, ¿cierto? He had. Y además, la estructura de la pregunta la hago como si fuera oración afirmativa, ¿ok? So yo no digo where had he been, sino where he had been, ¿ok? Now, they wanted to know, or they asked, they wanted to know what time he had arrived home, okay? So I'm using here the verb wanted to know instead of ask. It can, I mean, no change in meaning, no change. And then what here as a conjunction to introduce, como conjunción para hablar o reportar la pregunta, pero la pregunta la hago en ¿qué? ¿En qué orden? En afirmativo, right? Yes, very good. So, ¿cuál sería la pregunta en directo para esta oración?
What time they arrive to home? At home?
So, let's see.
What time have he arrived home?
Look, this is he had arrived home. This is structure. He had arrived home.
What time had they arrived at home?
Have they, yes, have. What time have they arrived home? So in direct speech, the question is asked in present perfect. And then in the reported speech, we are using past perfect, but past perfect affirmative, okay? Past perfect affirmative because it's a question. So questions are usually or are always use the structure of affirmative sentences. Okay, and now with yes or no questions, if or whether are used. Cuando las preguntas son de sí y no, aquí eran porque eran preguntas de WH question, pero si son de sí y no, utilizamos if or whether. So Ben wondered if you wanted to come round for dinner, or Ben wondered whether you wanted to come round for dinner. Okay? Ese es el sí condicional. ¿Sí? If or whether. Preguntamos, oh, Ben se pregunta si quieres venir a cenar si quieres venir a cenar. That's it. Okay? Good. Okay. Remember, say does not take a direct object. Manteniendo la tecla Shift durante 4 segundos. ¿Cuál es la letra Shift? Oh my God. Es with the arrow, con la flechita arriba.
Sí.
Let me see. No, and there is a bip. There is like a bip when I try to write. That's weird. Maybe when we finish class, I'm going to turn off the computer and then turn it on again to see if it works. My cat was the person
What happened to me is
Yes,
maybe it's because the internet sometimes it doesn't work properly.
No, it's not the internet. I'm sure it's not the internet.
No?
Because it was working. It was working, but it's not letting me write. It's not letting me it's not letting me write. And she loves to sit on my computer, maybe because it's because of the temperature. And cats love to lay down in hot or warm, not hot, warm things. So the computer is warm because it's been, it has been working and it's been on. So I think she loves that, and she's obsessed with my computer. Whenever I leave my computer open, and when I come back, she's there. So when we were on the break, she was laying on my computer, and I think she pressed a button, but I don't know which button. And now it blocked my keyboard and I can't write. But so yeah, I think that's the reason. Okay, guys.
I see, teacher.
But thank you for your help. Of course, thank you very much. And then to finish, guys, say does not take a direct object, but tell always does. Eso quiere decir que el say, después del say, no utilizamos un objeto directo, en este caso un pronombre objeto, que es el que recibe la acción. Yo no digo, he say me, no. He say you, he say him, no, it's not correct. El tell, sí. Yo digo, tell me, he told, or en el pasado, he told me, he told us, nos dijo a nosotros, he told them, a ellos. Después del verbo tell, debe ir un objeto directo. ¿Qué es el objeto directo? El que recibe la acción. En este caso, el pronombre objeto. ¿Ok? ¿Cuáles son los pronombres objetos? Me, you, him, her, us, our, us, sorry, them. Those are the object pronouns. ¿Ok? Entonces, después del say, yo no digo, he said me. No, it's not correct. I said, he said, él dijo que, he said that, ese that lo puedo omitir, yo simplemente puedo decir, he said he would be, sorry. He said he would be here about 9 o'clock, or he said that he would be here about 9 o'clock. Yo no digo, he said me, okay? It's not correct. But he told me, okay? That one needs, after the verb tell, we need a direct object. So I say, he told me that he will be here about 9 o'clock. In both cases, that can be omitted. En ambos casos, el that puede ser omitido porque no me afecta en nada el significado de la oración. Okay, so that one is optional. And to finish, guys, ya para finalizar, we have only 5 minutes. Other changes in reported speech. When we report what someone said, we need to show any changes in the situation. For example, changing speaker, time, or place. In direct speech, I'll help you clean the car later on today. So in reported speech, the next day we'll say, you said you would help me clean the car yesterday. Claramente debe haber relación entre las personas, entre el día, right, y el lugar. Entonces, por ejemplo, mi hermana me dijo ayer que me iba a ayudar a limpiar el carro hoy, for example. Mi hermana me dijo ayer, oh, I will help you clean the car later on today. Te ayudaré a limpiar el carro más tarde. Entonces yo hoy le hago el reclamo a mi hermana y yo digo, oh, tú dijiste que me ayudarías a limpiar el carro ayer. O ayer no lo hiciste. Vamos a ver si mi hermana me ayuda hoy, right? So you said, tú dijiste que tú, you said you would help me. ¿Quién es la que va a recibir la ayuda? Me. So debe haber concordancia entre el speaker, entre la persona que recibe la acción, el tiempo o el lugar. For example, si la persona dice today, pues yo ya cuando voy a reportar si es algo del pasado, pues yo diría el today lo cambio a ayer, ¿cierto? So today, so I would say yesterday. And here are some typical changes of time phrases in reported speech. Notice that they don't happen automatically. It depends on the situation. Depende de la situación siempre. In direct speech now, reported speech, no change, or we can just simply omit. If we say today in direct speech, in reported, we'd say that day, ese día, or last Tuesday, etc. Okay? Porque muy probablemente, o muy seguramente, ya va a ser un día que ya pasó. Entonces yo pongo el día en el que esa persona lo dijo. So yo digo ese día, that day, or last Tuesday, last Monday, last night, and so on. Yesterday. So the day before yesterday sería antier, the day before, or the previous day. Tomorrow, si la persona me dice algo en directo y utiliza la expresión de tiempo tomorrow, y luego en el futuro yo quiero reportarlo, yo digo, oh, she says she will help me the next day. Ella me dijo que me ayudaría al siguiente día, the next day, or the following day. This week, last week, or that week, la semana pasada, si fue reciente, o si fue ya si fue la situación ya sucedió hace rato, yo puedo decir, esa semana, that week. Last year, the year before, or the previous year. Next month, the month before, or the following month. An hour ago, an hour before, or an hour earlier. Okay, good. However, we can omit the time reference if it's not important. Sin embargo, podemos omitir el tiempo si no es relevante, si no es importante. So we say, we're unable to report the weather this evening. So the announcer said that they were unable to report the weather. That's it. So the time is not aquí. El reportero está utilizando una expresión de tiempo de this evening, pero yo simplemente lo puedo omitir porque lo considero que no es importante. Okay, so the announcer said that they were unable to report the weather. That's it. Guys, questions about this? Questions about reported speech?
Teacher?
Yes.
In some sentence up, I have a question.
This one?
Yeah, no. The specific is no. Yes, it's up. The specific sentence is they wanted to know what time he had arrived home. Why reason we can, if I go back and directed, it's no, the time is no present perfect.
This sentence is in reported speech. This one is already in reported speech. So it could be, if we are reporting in past perfect, is because the sentence or the question was asked in past perfect or past simple. Entonces, si yo lo estoy reportando en past perfect, es porque en el directo la oración fue hecha en pasado simple o en pasado perfecto. Teniendo en cuenta esta oración, yo digo, oh, ellos querían saber a qué hora llegaron, right? Puede ser que la pregunta haya sido, oh, what time did they arrive? What time did they arrive? O what time have they arrived? Aunque tendría más sentido utilizarlo en pasado. ¿A qué hora llegaron? What time did they arrive? So, cuando la reporto, yo utilizo como en el direct speech fue en pasado, simple, en el reported lo hago en past perfect. Porque el past simple lo pasas al past perfect. So they wanted to know what time he had arrived home. Ellos querían saber a qué horas él había llegado a casa. ¿Okay? No sé si con eso te respondo la pregunta, Angélica.
Yes.
Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
Of course. Guys, tomorrow we're going to do more practice about this, and tomorrow we are going to continue, okay? Because time is up. It's time for you to go and rest. See you guys tomorrow. Good night, guys. Thank you very much for being here. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.